This week on the BTFL, we have a great NFC matchup for you today as the all-time great Philadelphia Eagles will travel to Wisconsin and Lambeau Field to take on the all-time great Green Bay Packers. NFC supremacy is on the line as the winner will be that much closer to the playoffs. And in this Week 4 action, we have the Philadelphia Eagles facing the Green Bay Packers. Phil Nunziata on the call for you here today in cold Lambeau Field. It is a packed house, as it always is, up here in Wisconsin as the teams get ready to take the field. Here comes the hometown Green Bay Packers ready to take the field here. You see Donald Driver, the Pro Bowl wide receiver, leading his team out of the tunnel as they are getting ready to face off against the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. And just behind Ahman Green, the running back there, as he leaves the tunnel, is the old gunslinger himself, Brett Favre. And more good news for the Green Bay Packers fans. Ahman Green, you saw him in uniform moments ago. He will start in the backfield for Green Bay. The coin toss is up, and it is heads. The Eagles have won the toss, and it looks like they want the ball. They're going to start this game with the football. Ryan Longwell is set to kick this one off as he kicks it off from the 35, and we are underway. Week 4 action, Eagles at Packers. Brian Westbrook receives the ball at the 15, out to the 20. Not a lot on that return. 1st and 10, Norm Van Brocklin, the Dutchman, hands it off to LaShawn McCoy, and Brian Westbrook, for a loss of 2, is now 2nd down and 12. LaShawn McCoy up the middle, makes a few people miss, and he is down to the 50-yard line, tackled right onto the logo for a big first down. 1st down and 10, guys in motion. Norm Van Brocklin with the play action. They don't bite on it. Willie Woods gets him down for a big sack on 1st down. 2nd down and 19, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Van Brocklin there looking for A.J. Brown deep. The ball is batted away and it falls incomplete. 3rd and 19 now. Norm Van Brocklin to the line of scrimmage. He is hit, and it looks like a fumble, but apparently his arm was going forward. They are calling that an incomplete pass. The best of a bad situation for Philly, as Donnie Jones will punt this one away. Not a very productive first drive for the Eagles. And now Green Bay on the return. And he is tackled at the 25-yard line. Their first drive of the day with Brett Favre under center. And he will take the snap. He hands it off to Ahman Green. He will go up the near sideline, out to the 30-yard line. Productive first run for them as it is 2nd down and 6. Brett Favre is tackled by future teammate Reggie White. On 2nd down. Another pitch out to Green. He will get to the 30-yard line. It's a fumble. Recovered by Wes Hopkins. He's going to rumble down inside the 10. The Eagles are in the red zone after a Ahman Green fumble. We mentioned earlier he's coming back from injury, and he might not be 100%. As we saw it there on that fumble with Sean McCoy up the middle, and he's going to get them inside the 5. Brocklin under center, and he will hand it off to Shady. Shady will get in the end zone untouched, and the Eagles strike first right off of that fumble recovery by Wes Hopkins. LaShawn McCoy finishes it off, and they break this 0-0 tie. And the extra point by David Akers is up, and it is good, putting the Eagles up early 7-0. Dave Akers remains on the field for the kickoff here as he kicks it deep, and it is caught by Honring at the 15. He makes a few guys miss down to the 25 as their second drive of the game will commence. 1st and 10, Favre under center, drops back, blitz is picked up, has room, has guys open, goes deep down the field, and look at that, he's the only one in this frame. Sharp down to inside the 15. He is brought down at the 14, and what a huge play. Surprised he didn't score there. They were able to track him down as Ahman Green gets another handoff, trying to forget about that fumble from earlier and get his mojo going a little bit more as they pitch out to Green again, and he's got blockers. It looks like he was going to score for a minute, but he is tracked down at the 5 and is now 3rd and 2. And that run's going nowhere, and that is going to set them up for a field goal here to try and get their first points of the afternoon. Longwell tees it up, and it is up, and it is good. Cutting into the lead, cutting it to 4 is Ryan Longwell. The Eagles still lead 7-3. Longwell boots it deep to a waiting Brian Westbrook at the 10. Westbrook to the 20. Makes a few guys miss down to the 25 before he is shoestring tackled. And that'll be your score at the end of 1. The Eagles 7, Packers 3. As we commence with the second quarter here, the Eagles on their third drive of the game, 1st and 10. And he is sacked his second time today, this time by Willie Davis. And that's going to put them in the wrong direction. 2nd and 19. Their 3rd and 19 play today. Not a great start for the Eagles from that perspective, as Brian Westbrook gets nothing. Is now 3rd and 19. And Van Brocklin back to pass, has time deep down the field to A.J. Brown. He makes the catch, but that's not going to be enough for a first down, as they will line up Donnie Jones to punt this one away. And the kick is away. Pondering huddles under it at the 10-yard line, and he is tackled almost immediately there, down to about maybe the 17. And it's now 1st and 10 with Favre under center. And a play action by Favre. He rolls left. He throws across his body. They say not to do that, and this one falls incomplete. That may have been the best result they could have had there, because he was step for step with that receiver on that sideline. Amon Green takes the handoff for about 4 yards there. And it's now 3rd down and 10. Favre under center. Favre looking. Blitz is picked up, breaks through, throws it to Lofton, and it is just out of reach. The second overthrow for Favre on this drive, and they will have to punt here with 3:06 left in the second quarter. Heinrich with the punt away. Westbrook huddles under it, and it is caught at the 22-yard line. Makes a man miss. Makes another down to the 40. Westbrook to the 50. Makes another man miss to the 40. Westbrook to the 30-yard line. Makes another miss. He keeps going. He's down to the 10-yard line. What an electric return by the Villanova standout, Brian Westbrook, putting the Eagles again in a very easy red zone possession. And Willie Davis with the second sack of the day. Norman Van Brocklin tried a rollout there, and he was tracked down immediately. And that is not where you want to start when you're at the 10-yard line to start your drive. And it looks like the Eagles are about to call a timeout here. It is now 3rd down and 19, a play they know all too well. And they're going to go deep down the field, and Terrell Owens had a shot at that one in the end zone, but he was double covered, as that one will fall to the turf. And now Dave Akers, right at the 20-yard line here, will kick this one away. And it is blocked. A very makeable field goal for someone like David Akers. It is blocked by the Packers, and the ball still rolling around. Doesn't really matter at this point. It will be a turnover, as the Packers will take this one on a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Brett Favre has time deep over the middle to the near sideline. It is caught by Lofton, tackled immediately, but all the way down to the 40-yard line. And it's now 1st and 10 for Favre under center at the 40. And he drops back, has plenty of time. They've done a great job picking up this blitz, but it is intercepted right there by the new Hall of Fame member, Eric Allen, number 21 for Philadelphia, as he will make that interception as the Eagles take over here at their own 30-yard line. Brian Westbrook with another play, much like his kick return from earlier, down to the 30-yard line. He is tracked down to the 26, and that will be halftime as the Eagles keep this lead up at the half, 7-3. After turnovers on both sides, the Eagles are going to take a 4-point lead into halftime.
Hey, thanks, Phil. This is Hank with the halftime show, Eagles at Packers Thursday night. This is the highlights. Ahmad Green in the first quarter. He gets tackled. It's a fumble recovered by Wes Hopkins. This would get the Eagles in good position. Shady McCoy, handoff right, touchdown! And he's doing that river dance in the end zone, putting the Eagles up 7-0. But we haven't heard enough from Brett Favre and the Packers. Brett Favre goes back. No pressure in his face. Throws it down the right side to Sterling Sharp. He's Sterling Silver to around the 13 or 14 of the Eagles. This would lead to a Ryan Longwell field goal. This one's up. This one's good. 7-3 game for the Eagles. Brian Westbrook would be back on this Craig Hentrich punt, and it would go right to Brian Westbrook, and he's going around defenders. He did really well in his second season in 2003 returning punts. That was his best time, and he goes around guys, getting it to around the 11-yard line. However, Norm Van Brocklin would get sacked here by Willie Davis. David Greenacre's lining up for the field goal. It's up, and it's blocked. Recovered by Ray Nitschke, and we'll go to the second half. To you, Phil.
All right, thank you, Hank, for those halftime highlights. Phil Nunziata back with you on this Thursday night football edition of the Packers and Eagles. Eagles up by 4. David Akers will kick away to begin this third quarter, as the return man has it out to the 30-yard line, and he is ushered out of bounds with 4:36 left in this third quarter. Packers down by 4, handoff to Amon Green, and he's going nowhere. Second down and 15, Favre under center, and the play actions Favre out to the left side, near sideline, throws across his body. They say not to do that, but he is caught by Amon Green there on the wheel route, coming back to the play, and a big first down. Brett Favre with the play action. Sterling Sharp deep down the field. He catches it with a diving catch inside the 10. The Eagles corral him down as the Packers are cooking in the red zone to start this third quarter. Brett Favre with the play action down the left side. He throws over the middle to Sterling Sharp. It's off his hands and incomplete. A rare drop there by Sharp, as it'll be second down. Brett Favre with the play action sack for the second time today by the Ministry of Defense, Reggie White. It is now 3rd and 15 from the 15 in the red zone here for the Packers. They are looking. He throws across his body in the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. The Eagles bend but don't break and make the Packers settle for another field goal here. Longwell with the kick is up, and it is good. That makes the Eagles lead just 1 as Longwell converts his second field goal of the day before they kick off to the Eagles here with 2:50 left in this third quarter. Deep down the field, Westbrook has to corral this one in the end zone as he takes it out, only to about the 9-yard line. Not a wise decision there at the end of the day. Brocklin under center, and a play action rolls to the near side across his body. There's LaShawn McCoy just out of reach. If he makes that catch, you gotta believe he's in the end zone, but it's second down and 10. And Brocklin with the same play action pass, this time over to Zach Ertz, who makes a guy miss from the 20 down to the 26 and picks up a first down. And first down and 10 now from the 26. Van Brocklin hands off to Westbrook, makes a guy miss, make it 2, down to the 40-yard line, down to the 47-yard line for the first down run. First down and 10, a minute 20 left in this third quarter. And Shady McCoy out to the 50, crosses midfield on that run. With just about a minute left, second down and 6 in the third quarter. Van Brocklin back to pass, has time for the first time today, dumps it off to Westbrook, and I think he's going to just get that first down. Third down and 1, actually, so critical play here for the Eagles as they hand it off to Westbrook. He's met at the line, and it looks like they're going to call him short, and the Eagles are going to have to punt. That's a big display by the Packers defense. Looks like the Eagles had something going there, and they ruined that as there's ticking down in the third quarter, and that's going to go out of the back of the end zone, leaving only 8 seconds left in this third quarter. First down at the 20 for the Packers. Brett Favre under center. Deep down the field, he's got Sterling Sharp, but has intercepted Eric Allen, his second one today, his second one guarding Sharp. As we head to the fourth quarter, the Eagles cling to a 1-point lead. And here we go, fourth quarter, Thursday night football action. The Eagles up 1 with the ball in Packers territory. Van Brocklin deep down the field to Terrell Owens. No one's in the frame. T.O. in the end zone. Brocklin to Terrell Owens, and that is going to break this open a little bit as the Eagles are an extra point away. As Akers lines up to take this one. He had a kick blocked earlier. This one is good as the Eagles now up 8, 14-6. Aker stays on the field for the kickoff here. Boots it deep. And is caught by Hornering. And he is tackled at the... No, he breaks a tackle. He was stood up, but he was able to get free. Gets another 7 to 8 yards on that one. And he's at about the 27. Brett Favre on the play action has some time deep down the field to Sterling Sharp. And there's no one else in the frame. He gets down to the 16-yard line before he is finally tracked down. Big play. He's had a few passes intercepted when targeted towards him, but aside from that, he's had a very productive day today, hooking up with Brett Favre. And deep down the field to Kramer, and he's going to get in the end zone. That's going to make things interesting. Ron Kramer, the Packers now down 2. We'll see if they go for it here to tie this game up with a 2-point conversion. It looks like they elect for the extra point. They're trusting their defense to get them the ball back as they're down just 1. As Longwell will boot this one away. Packers down 1, 3:10 left in the fourth quarter. This drive could be huge for the Eagles as Brian Westbrook makes a man miss and down to about the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, 2:50 left with a handoff to McCoy as the Packers are going to use their first timeout here. 2nd down and 9. Van Brocken under center. And handoff to LaShawn McCoy. And he's not going to get a lot on that one. 2nd timeout. The Packers' plan seems to be working so far. They're going to have plenty of time left if they can make this stop on 3rd and 5. And Van Brocken out, rolls to the near side, and he is sacked by the Packers. That's their 4th time today that they got Van Brocken on the ground. And they're going to have to punt this one away. The Packers' plan works to perfection. They elect for the extra point, trust their defense to get on the field, and they're going to have just under 2 minutes on this drive as Hornering makes a few guys miss, gets right around midfield. And 1:38 left, fourth quarter. Brett Favre trots out there. This is what you dream of here on Thursday Night Football. Brett Favre looking, has time. The defense crushes in on him, but Lofton is deep down the field. They've lost Lofton, and they can find him in the end zone as the Packers went deep to James Lofton, and that is in one play. The Packers lead for the first time today, 19-14, and this extra point's going to make it 20-14. And as interesting as this will be, it's now the Eagles that have enough time to steal this one at the end, because an extra point would put them ahead 21-20. At the moment, they're down 6 with under a minute to play, 52 seconds as the offense takes the field. 1st down and 10 at the 20. And Norm Van Brocken with the play action has some time over the middle to Ertz, who makes the catch, but he fumbles the football, and it's batted around, and it looks like Jordan got that one. And that's going to do it, folks. All they got to do really is fall on this football. Let's see what happens here. Reggie White takes the sack, which is normally a good thing, but they're gonna call the timeout here, as they should. But of all people, Zach Ertz, one of the more sure-handed guys in the league, coughs up the football. And now with just 2 seconds left, they go over the middle to Kramer. That's going to run the clock out. And they steal this one at the end. 14 points in the fourth quarter is enough to stun Philadelphia as the Packers take this win 20-14. I will now hand this one off to Hank with the post-game highlight show. So signing off for Thursday Night Football, I'm Phil Nunziata. Have a good night, football fans.
Hey, thanks, Phil. Welcome to the post-game show, the highlights of this Thursday Night Football game between the Packers and the Eagles at Lambeau Field. Ahman Green with an amazing pass across Brett Favre's body, and that's a big catch for the Pack. And then Favre would throw it deep to Sterling Sharp. He's Sterling Silver to the Eagles' 8, and this would lead to a Ryan Longwell made field goal. It's up. It's good. Nice job. They're down by 1 point only. The Eagles, after an interception, get the ball at the 45-yard line. Norm Van Brocken, the dazzling rainbow to Terrell Owens. That's a 45-yard touchdown, and the Eagles retake more of the lead. It is 14-6. 2 possession game in Tecmo Super Bowl. Brett Favre throws it down the right side to his favorite receiver after the play action, Sterling Sharp. He's Sterling Silver to the 16-yard line. And then Brett Favre has all the time in the world behind this offensive line, throws the ball to Ron Kramer at the 1. He scoots it in for the touchdown, and the Packers are only down by 1 point here. What's Norm Van Brocklin going to do? Play action, rolls out, bootlegs, got a guy open, but he's sacked by Ray Nitschke. They punt. At the 48-yard line of the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre's going to throw the rainbow. A 52-yard touchdown catch by James Lofton, the Hall of Famer. The lofty pass to James Lofton. Packers take a 6-point lead. They're scoring points. They're willing and dealing. And what's going to happen? Last drive for Norm Van Brocklin and the Eagles. Throw it to Zach Ertz. He fumbles. Ball's recovered by Henry Jordan. And the Packers win this one 20-14. Thanks to everybody who watched this Thursday night game. And thank you to Phil Nunziata for the commentary.